Alright, so this is going to be a quick Legacy League. We're playing Whiteface's Karn Echo of Eons deck. At its core, it's a Chalice deck, but it also has sweet things like Karn, Urza, LED Echo combo, Narset as a 4 of, Emery, so it really checks a lot of boxes in my book. So let's see if we can't Chalice some fools to on the play. We've got turn 1, kind of anything we really want here. Yeah, well, I took their list, so they're the one who gets the shout out. If I took someone else's list, I would give them the shout out. If they took it from someone else, then that's on them. The whole idea of credit for Magic lists is kind of dumb, so not to worry. Alright, we're going to keep this. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do. I'm thinking we kind of want to just put like an Emery in play. It kind of seems like a high value play to me. I think it's better than using our Lotuses right away. Obviously, we get to reuse our Lotuses if we have an Emery, so we put 2 different kinds of baubles and a Lotus Petal. I don't think I want to keep any of my zeros in hand right now. I think there's like some liability with doing that. You know, opposing Chalice decks get to play Chalice on 0. So I'd like to put this into play. Yeah, we're a Chalice deck that gets to play on 1 and 2, but not on 0. Which is actually a problem, I think. We might need to like have another color post board to answer Chalices on 0. Like maybe some Okos or Teferis or something. So here's a Preordain and an Underground Sea. Could be Ad Nauseam Tendrils, or it could be a Grixis deck maybe. But I think Underground Sea Preordain's most likely Storm. Here we have gotten to untap with our Emery, which is dope. I think the first thing we're going to do is just cast this Narset and see if we can't find a wheel. We were unable to find a wheel. We could have activated our Lion's Eye Diamond in response to our Narset activation. Then we would be able to like cast this Narset again, but I don't really think that's worth it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna. I don't think our Narset's going anywhere. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this Lotus Petal, play another Seat, play an Urza's Bauble, and then try to do something on the next turn and hope we don't die. Think it's is it better to see the top card or a random card from opponent's hand? I don't really know the answer to that question. I do not know the answer to that question. Brainstorm. Got it. Cool. I'm going to F6, and Brainstorm's not very good against Narset, so that's good. If they cast Brainstorm into Narset, you know they're not a vintage player. But we could definitely die here, right? Oh, you hate to see it, chat. You hate to... Not a vintage player confirmed. You hate to see it. Alright, looks like it is Storm. Dark Ritual, we're still storming off. Oh, it was all a big play to get rid of their cards in their hand so they could... Oh! I think we're dead. No, it wasn't planned, because they didn't have an Infernal Tutor as their last card. Looks like we're dead, though, aren't we? 2 LEDs, and then, Yeah, we're dead here. Man, opponent casts Brainstorm into Narset, still kills us. Unfortunately, our Narset didn't hit anything. You know what? It might have actually been correct to activate Lion's Eye Diamond in response to our Narset activation, because if we got a Karn, we'd want to be able to cast it. So I think I misplayed. Like, obviously, it wouldn't have changed anything, but we probably would have cast our second Narset, right? So I think that maybe what I did was a slight misplay. I was supposed to play either the seat or the city, and then activate Narset, hold priority, activate LED. I think slight misplay by my part, which is good to catch. Definitely good to catch. Alright, so we're gonna, I mean, our Chalice deck lost to Storm. I guess that happens, right? Alright, so we're gonna bring in, I think, like, these 4 cards. And then we're going to take out... What does a player take out here? If I was a player, what would I take out here? Would you take out like an Urza, a Bobble, and an Emery or something? Or maybe just like 2 Urzas? Like, you're still trying to like Chalice and Karn your opponent. Because those are obviously pretty reasonable cards. I have to play 3 weekends of Legacy in a row, Cho. 3 competitive tournaments in a row. I need to play some matches. I don't know, let's try doing this. Though, I'm not helping myself by playing a deck I'm probably not playing, but... Whoops. I really should get some matches in with, like, Oko Miracles or something that I'm actually likely to play. Here, we almost have a turn 1 Chalice on 1. Do we still play the handout? Probably. We play a Chalice on 2 and then a Karn on 3? Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Obviously, I guess if this gets to rest, we no longer get to play a Karn on 3, which might be an issue. I don't really know if this is... I don't really think this is a mulligan, though. I have a hard time believing that would be the case, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't really know Legacy or this deck that well, so... Probably need white faces here. Our deck cannot Chalice on 0. Our deck cannot Chalice on 0. That is the difference between us and most Chalice decks, is our deck actually just can't Chalice on 0. We will 100% lose. Maybe this version, this hand might be able to Chalice on 0. This hand in particular might be able to Chalice on 0. How do I feel about that? It doesn't speed up the ability we cast Karn. No, I'm not Chalicing on 0. I don't think that's correct. See if we get to rest. We did get to rest. That's unfortunate. So we lost our Chalice. And we're 2 turns from cat. We need to hit a 0 drop, really, to accelerate our Karn. They took our Karn. Interesting. I assume that means that they have like an Echoing Truth or an Abrupt Decay or something. Next turn we get to cast Urza, which is good. Opponent missed a land drop. We've got an Urza. I guess we can just play this out. Doesn't really do any different. We only have 3 of the 5 mana to spin. So they still can't Abrupt Decay, but they can Echoing Truth. Oh, we hit Narset, you say? Okay, okay. So we could respond. We could miss an attack here to play a Chalice on 2. I feel like that's probably... Yeah, if it's Echoing Truth or Hercules, it doesn't matter if we play a second Chalice on 1. Maybe we do want to play a Chalice on 0 here, though. If we cast this on 2 and they respond by Herculing, we still get to replay our Chalice on 1. So I actually think that's fine. Though I guess if they have Echoing Truth, we don't get to replay. But I mean, we still wouldn't be able. It is just Echoing Truth, but we still like wouldn't want our Chalice to get. So do we now? I guess now the question ends up being: do we give them 1 turn where they can cast 1 mana spells, or do we Chalice on 0 here? And I think the answer is actually just Chalice on 0 here. They can't draw any cards off their 1 mana spells because of Narset. And we should have a big enough clock where we're okay. I can't Chalice on 1 into my own Chalice on 2 is also correct. Vintage player here. Vintage player, yeah. So I can just cast Echo right here. I should not have activated Narset, probably. No, I still wanted to find a Karn if possible. I think we just cast Echo. Yeah, I agree. I think we just cast Echo. Obviously, we can't put our pedal into our into play, unfortunately. I think our deck should have a very good Storm matchup, and I have been beating Storm players with it. I mean, you're a Karn Chalice deck, like, it's a pretty big game. I feel like this deck would like an Oko. Maybe a Teferi. Maybe a Teferi is better. Possible. Opponent is pausing on our Time Twister, which is just fair. I too would wonder why 6 mana Time Twister was being cast against me. Yeah, that's because Urza is the nuts. I love Urza. Urza is just... This card is awesome. This card does so many fun things. Is so cool. Big fan. Alright, opponent has decided Time Twister is too much, which is fair because we have an Narset in play. Oh wait, no. Never mind. They've lost connection to the game. They've returned to the game. Do you want to play out Time Twister? Confirm or deny? True or false? Fact or fiction? Just hand me the legacy deck. Hand me the win. Come on. Come on. Aha! Yes. Alright, we get to play another game. How do we feel about our plan? I think our plan is fine. Trimming on those zeros does allow us to Chalice for 0 a little bit more too, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I think this is good. Jace the Mind Sculptor is not a very good Magic card, though. I don't know if you've been around for the last year or two. Every card they printed since then, much better card than Jace the Mind Sculptor. So this hand doesn't really do anything. I know that the Storm deck in Legacy is a little slower. I wonder if I'm allowed to keep a hand like this. I think I'm gonna keep it. This could go poorly, obviously, but we have an Emery. We could maybe like Chalice on 1 on turn 2 if our Emery hits well. We have Baubles to crack. We have like a bunch of mana on turn 1. If we hit like a Karn off the top, we can actually just deploy Karn, which is pretty sweet. Actually pretty decent against our opponent's deck as well. Opponent chose to shuffle, so that's always good. Really? Shadow? Was not super impressed by Shadow. So I'm not gonna play my land drop. I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm not gonna be able to draw into anything on this turn. See what we hit. We of course hit blue card, land, seat. But we got other cards here. I think we're okay with just deploying our tomb first. Do we care about deploying these other things? I don't really think so. No, I mean, people have success with challenge. I want to challenge in Vintage with Urza Oko. Like, doesn't mean it's good. I get the logic. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's the worst that could happen. I just found that it wasn't super powerful. Oh, I should crack my things now in case I draw a... I should have played my island because I can draw into Fluster. Do I care about drawing... Do I care about drawing into one of my 4 counterspells or exposing things to duress? I probably care more about exposing things to duress than trying to draw into counterspells. I have Petal, but I would rather not use Petal. If I had to guess, the Urza Oko deck I won with last weekend is not great. So you can win a challenge with anything. Though I guess there's probably more players at a Legacy challenge. It's probably a bit more competitive. We're still doing vintage things though, Zekban. We are playing Legacy, but we are doing vintage things. Though we might just be dying, to be perfectly honest, because we didn't deploy a Chalice or a Karn on turn 1. I don't know if that's lethal in this format or not, but opponent's going deep with the double brainstorm. I'll have to see, I guess. I know we're going to double draw off these baubles and try to get something worthwhile in play. We have, like, some mana. We just need to figure out if we can do anything with our mana. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. 2 Lotus Petals. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, we're safe. They didn't want to get Chalice on 0'd again, which is fair. Let's see what's in our opponent's hand. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We got a Dark Ritual. What else we got? And an Abrupt Decay. A Dark Ritual and an Abrupt Decay, which they can cast Abrupt Decay. If they want to kill our Emery, they definitely could. Alright, we drew an Urza's Bauble, and we drew a Chalice that's going to get Abrupt Decayed. You hate to see it. Unfortunate. Well, I don't think we really have a lot of choices here. I think we play our Chalice for 1, get it Abrupt Decayed, play 2 Baubles, and pass the turn. I think this time I will just take a... I think I will Bauble on my turn. I guess I'm actually okay with not taking 2 damage then. I'm gonna go to second main and see if I can't bait an Abrupt Decay. Alright, I couldn't bait the Abrupt Decay. Try my best. So we know that they have a Dark Ritual, and we know they have an Abrupt Decay. I guess we could have wait. Oh, they have a Brainstorm as well. Alright, so this is gonna get Abrupt Decayed. Emery is fine. Wait, it's not gonna get Abrupt Decayed. Okay, alright. Oh, we hit an Echo. Hopefully that doesn't... I guess it doesn't actually matter if this gets Thought Seized or not. It's probably even better if it does get Thought Seized. Alright, so the Chalice is gone. And the Brainstorm is happening. Okay. The next turn we can replay our Chalice, and then Echo. Okay, opponent has... Opponent... They brainstormed a bunch, and then they locked themselves. They didn't know we were going to Twister them into a new hand. Alright. I feel like I very much deserved that way. Alright, let's try again.